So what should you focus on? My best advice is to focus on developing your mental balance and your emotional intelligence. Traditionally, life has been divided into two main parts: a period of learning followed by a period of working. In the first part of your life, you built a stable identity and acquired personal and professional skills. In the second part of life, you relied on your identity and skills to navigate the world, earn a living, and contribute to society. But by 2040, this traditional model will become obsolete. And the only way for humans to stay in the game will be to keep learning throughout their lives and to reinvent themselves again and again, even at the age of 50. Yet change is usually stressful. And after a certain age, most people don't like to change. When you're 10 years old, your entire life is changed, whether you like it or not. Your body is changing, your mind is changing, your relationships are changing. Everything is in flux. You're busy inventing yourself. By the time you're 50, you don't want change. You want stability. But in the 21st century, you won't be able to enjoy that luxury. If you try to hold on to some stable identity, some stable job, some stable worldview, you will be left behind, and the world will fly by you with a whoosh.
To conclude then, we humans control the world because we live in a dual reality. All other animals live in an objective reality. Their reality consists of objective entities like rivers and trees and lions and elephants. We humans, we also live in an objective reality. In our world too, there are rivers and trees and lions and elephants. But over the centuries, we have constructed on top of this objective reality a second layer of fictional reality, a reality made of fictional entities, like nations, like gods, like money, like corporations. And what is amazing, that as history unfolded, this fictional reality became more and more powerful, so that today the most powerful forces in the world are these fictional entities. Today, the very survival of rivers and trees and lions and elephants depends on the decisions and wishes of fictional entities like the United States, like Google, like the World Bank, entities that exist only in our own imagination.
I would say one of their chief missions now is not to provide pupils with more information, it's really the last thing they need, but to provide them with either a map of reality or the tools to construct such a map. If you are a self-learner and you don't have this kind of structure, then this is your greatest challenge. How to find my way around this enormous ocean of information without drowning in it. And I don't really have like a magic bullet of how to do it. I would just like focus your attention that this is your greatest task.
How little people actually know about themselves. And one of the most important things in my life, and also I think in my scientific career, was the realization of how little I know about myself and humans in general. There were so many important ideas and important facts we don't realize about ourselves. I was 21 when I finally realized that I was gay, which is, you know, when you think about it, it's absolutely amazing. I mean, it should have been obvious at age, 16, 15.
And an algorithm would have realized it very quickly. And you can build algorithms like that today or in a few years. You just need to follow your eye movements. Like you go on the beach, or you look at the computer screen and you see an attractive guy and an attractive girl, and just follow the focus of the eyes. Where do the eyes go and whom do they focus on? It should be very easy. And such an algorithm could have told when I was 15 that I was gay. And the implications are really mind-boggling when an algorithm knows such an important thing about you before you know it about yourself. Now, it can go in all kinds of directions. It really depends on where you live and what you do with it. In some countries, you can be in trouble now with the police and the government. You might be sent to some re-education facility. In some countries, like with surveillance capitalism, so maybe I don't know about myself that I'm gay, but Coca-Cola knows that I'm gay because they have these algorithms. And they want to know that because they need to know which commercials to show me.
Must have still selected the disciplines that you did, the methods that you did, the viewpoint that you did.
My method was really to focus on the most important questions and then allow the questions to just lead me wherever they go. Like you take a big question like that, for example, why have men dominated women in almost all large-scale societies for the last 10,000 years? And you want to understand why. And it's important to take a question which is not only big, but it's also very relevant to my life, to make it interesting. Something that really impacts me every day. Why is reality like this? And when you start reading and researching about it, the first thing you will discover is that you have to cross all kinds of disciplinary borders. This is not a question in biology, or psychology, or economics, or philosophy, or history. It's everything. You can't understand gender relations if you don't know something about human biology. But if you think, oh, biology is all the answers, you won't understand much. You also need to take history into account, and economics into account, and so forth. So what gives you the structure is the question. I have this big question, and I'm on a quest, following it wherever it leads me.